Shadilay Bridge Burners, Fuzzy Dunlop Skates, and this is a status update. I hit 200 subscribers, so first and foremost, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around. To the guys that are new, thank you and welcome. And again, I never thought I'd come this far, even though people say, "Oh, you ain't shit." It's true, I ain't. But there's still 200 people that want to hear what I have to say, so I'm very grateful. So, Saudi Cup, Shadilay, and I wanted to read a few comments also, and not crazy, but there's this one comment a while ago on my white trash asshole customers video, and I still can't like it. I'm trying now. I get a fucking server error. I get operation couldn't be completed .com Google HTTP status error 500. I've been trying for a month. This guy used to be called Canadian Asian Dude, but he changed his name to MGTOW Beta Male LOL. So it's obviously ironic. So this is on the video of the fucking stupid fat fuck Jeff fucking trying to fucking be a big tough guy in front of his fucking troll of a wife. So MGTOW Beta Male LOL writes, "Holy shit, that guy hit you several fucking times. I would have knocked the guy out. He blocked you so you couldn't get into the tractor, and they blocked the tractor so you couldn't leave. You handled it better than I did. I punched a guy for telling me to go back to China. Fortunately, the guy was drunk, so when the cops called the next day, I told him he was drunk. I had one guy try to steal brake oil, and he said he didn't have it. I got him in a headlock, and I grabbed the brake oil. Also, I grabbed a guy that stole some shit, but he got away, and he went to the donuts shop not far from me and called the cops. The cops made me let him go, although I told them he stole from me. Cops will defend themselves. No, cops will defend thieves if the thief calls the cops on you, which is horseshit. I have zero respect for the police. They don't give a shit about the good people. They protect the thieves." And then he writes right after, "My stepmother is in her 70s and she still shovels the driveway by hand. These people are really lazy if they can't even just move their cars. I get you. We used to have a corner store. The white trash bitches and assholes ruin my day regularly." Yeah, everything you said is true, except for the fact that I handled it better than you did. You punched a guy for telling you to go back to China. That's the fucking shit, man. I wish I did that. I wish I fucked this guy up and I had fucking footage, but I didn't and I don't, and this is what happened, and there's the footage, so I always fucking forget to put the link up in the description when I say I will. So this time I'm gonna put it up in case you haven't seen it. So please watch it. Please share it. Share this shit, especially the guys that are from Montreal, which is around where I live, and the are local and shit like that. Yeah, share the fuck out of this shit. Yeah, I want Jeff to see. Fuck you, Jeff. All right, so yeah, 200 subscribers. I was at 202 the other day, and now I'm at 200. So anyway, before I go back down, losing followers on Instagram all the time. Holy shit, man. Anyway, whatever. I'm not even posting bad stuff. I'm banned from Facebook again. 10 or 12 days until I'm allowed to go back. I posted something about Antifa. I don't know. I think I posted a picture of Moldy Locks getting punched or some shit like that. And I wrote, "Haha, bring it, Antifa fags." And then, like, 3 weeks later, it got flagged. And they didn't even show me the picture that got flagged. They just said the post. So Antifa fags, I don't know, something in the algorithm there. So I've been banned from Facebook for the past 3 weeks, or like almost a little under 3 weeks. So I'll be back on in like 10 days or so. So anybody that's been trying to contact me on Facebook, I can't respond. So yeah, that includes Dorian Gray. So yeah, I know you're. Anyway, best of luck with the tattoos, man. Give me a fucking call anytime. And what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, we were talking about moving and everything like that, changing environments. We found a place. So me and Phil Mark are moving. We're moving at the end of the month, actually, and it's really good. Our place is unsafe to live, so we don't even have a fire escape. And there's all this other shit that's like not good about our place. It has mold and stuff like that. So anyone that wants to get out of a lease early, this might be one of your only loopholes, because it's really tough to get out of a lease early. We're only leaving, let's say, 4 months before we're supposed to, but as far as I can tell, everything I found There's no real way, unless you get a lawyer, to allow you to leave prematurely. Like the 3 months notice thing apparently isn't true, but it doesn't even say why on the website. But if your place is unfit to live, what you have to do is write a letter, register it, send it to your landlord, explain that your place is unfit to live because of X, Y, and Z, and then he's going to make the repairs. And you're not living there in the time being. Like, you find your other place to live. Like, whether it's at your parents' house or your new place or at your friend's house, the landlord doesn't know shit. It's none of his business. You don't have to tell him anything. All you have to do is send him a registered letter, explain that you have vacated the premises because it's unfit to live and why you think it's unfit to live, whether it is or it isn't. And you have to do that and send it to him within 10 days of having vacated the premise. So whether you pay your rent during this time, I don't know, but I would assume that you don't. I'm not going to. And then when he effectuates all the repairs that he's supposed to do, then he has to contact you. And within 10 days of him telling you that he's done everything, you have to decide whether or not you're going back. So that's pretty much it. So we're just going to move into our new fucking place. And when we get in, we're going to tell him that the place is unfit to live. And we're going to put a stop payment and he's not going to get his rent. So he can do whatever the fuck he wants after that. So we're just debating on whether or not we're actually going to tell him. But our place doesn't even have a fire escape. It used to, but they built an extension onto the back of the apartment. And where the fire escape door was, they just tacked on another fucking 3 rooms. And they didn't put a new fire escape. And the backyard also that we're supposed to have access to was boarded up by the fucking neighbor outside as soon as we moved in, and he told us that we had to ask him every time we wanted to use it. It's weak shit, man. And we're not going to use it because there's no grass. It's covered in dog shit. It's fucking disgusting. And he burns all sorts of shit outside, and he operates power tools inside his apartment, and there's like sawdust and shit in the living room, and there's no ventilation. It always smells fucked up, and outside they burn plastic and stuff like that. And the fucking man, it fucking stinks. It stinks inside our fucking house, and there's no fucking fire escape. And like, let's say we can't get out the front door. Like, I can jump out the window or on the second story or whatever, so can my roommate, but we can't do shit for my dog. Like, one of us has to fucking throw him out the window and the other one has to catch him. Like, no, it's not fucking happening, man. And that's like all amidst a fucking blaze. That's best case scenario. So fuck this place. And we got a great new place. It's like 2 blocks away from where we are now. It's hidden. It's around a corner. I live in front of a fucking school now. I fucking hate it. If you guys want to know about the wall, hang out at school and check out the fucking moms picking up their kids. It's fucking gross, man. Been living here 5 years. I see the same fucking shit every day. It's disgusting. Out of like hundreds of women, there's maybe one that's like good looking. And not even that, man. Like, you see all the mannerisms and you see just how they fucking let themselves go. And right, why wouldn't they? It's too much work. It's too much work to take care of yourselves, right? You stupid fucking bitches. But yeah, our new place is great. Right now, again, we're on the 2nd floor. We don't have a fire escape. We're supposed to have a backyard, but we don't. And our driveway is a constant fucking battle to get straight parking. At first, there's 5 parking spots in it side by side, and at first there were only 2 of us that had cars. There was my truck and there was a neighbor's van, and he still managed to park his van across 5 spots in a way that I couldn't get in. And now he not only has his van, which is a Ford E350, so it's like a giant ass fucking van, but he's got his van, he's got his 4-wheeler, he's got a Honda Civic, the other neighbor's got a fucking Volkswagen. And other than the guy with a Volkswagen, like, none of the other shits are parked straight. And I got a Toyota Tundra, and I back in. I do a 3-point fucking turn every day to go in straight and to be able to come out. But the other guy, he can't be bothered to do that. He goes right in at a fucking 45-degree angle with the car forward, front first. Doesn't matter if it takes 10 tries to back out. It doesn't matter. And he goes right in next to it with the van. And I've got like a fucking inch on either side, and it fucking sucks, man. And I take really good care of my truck, and there's a dent in it. It's been there for 2 years from when he smashed into me coming into the fucking driveway. And there's another dent in my truck from another time he fucking smashed into me on a separate occasion. And I can't prove any of those times, but I fucking know it was him. It couldn't have been anybody else. And I know, fuck you. And the neighbor in the basement's been stealing my fucking hydro. Not lately. He stole it a year ago. Hydro-Quebec shut him down. So he, this fucking smart guy, listen to this. He took a power bar and he ran the plug outside through his fucking window, and he hid it under a bunch of leaves, and he plugged it into my fucking outlet for, like, you know, my outdoor outlet, and he hid it, and he covered it with a piece of wood, and he covered it. And we asked both neighbors, actually, because our hydro was high for half a year. You know, usually it's about $250 every 2 months, and it was twice that. It was like $500. We were asking our neighbors if their hydro was high or what it was, or if there's something wrong with the building. I even called the landlord, and nobody knew everything. And then the neighbor that parks his cars all crooked, he told me one day. And he told me one day that he found out that the other guy was stealing fucking hydroelectricity from me. So I said, fuck him, I'm going to shut it off. And he says, no, don't do that. He says, because he has fish and they're going to die. Okay, fuck his fish and fuck you too. That means you fucking knew about it. And I said, I don't give a fuck about his fish. And I told him that too. I said, that means that you fucking knew about it. And he says, no. And I said, well, anyway, I'm going to shut it down and let him think whatever. You know, he says, well, because he's going to think that I told you. I said, I don't give a fuck. You did tell me. Which also makes me think that he told you, or that you told him what to do. And, well, we have cold winters where I live. So technically it's illegal for the power company to shut down heating in the winter. I don't know why. If you can't pay, you should fucking die. So that was a year ago. So they didn't shut him down in the winter, but as soon as spring came in like April, and it was still pretty cold though, like they shut him off again, and then he fucking branched off into me. And like we found out in like May, and it was cold, and we shut him off. And the neighbor also, the one that told me about him, he says, yeah, well, he said, first of all, I don't give a fuck if he knows that I heard it from you. You're the one that told me. You should have told me right away. And he says, no, I feel bad for him. He's a nice guy. I said, no, he's not. If you're a nice guy, you'd be able to pay his bills. If you're a nice guy, you would fucking ask before doing something like that. And if you were a nice guy, he would have fucking asked you. Like, and you would have fucking helped him instead of told him to fucking steal from me. And he told him to put a fucking surge protector so that it couldn't surge. Like, wow, what a fucking genius, eh? Yeah, so we're moving away from these fucks, and it can't come fucking sooner. They know, they don't know. We don't really give a fuck. It changes nothing. Even if the landlord finds out, it changes nothing. We're still going to go. Worst case scenario is that we're going to have to pay 3 months rent. And we're both very sure that's not going to happen. Because this place should be fucking condemned. You know, my room looks okay. And for the most part it is. Like what you see. But there's fucking wall-to-wall carpet in half the place. And in Mark's room, like, shit's all fucked up. It's a giant room. It's like a fucking bowling lane. And it should be 3 rooms, but it's only 1. And the landlord never built walls or doors or anything like that because it cost too much money. So it was this giant fucking room with 2 tiny heaters on either end in the wall, and one of them's fucking broken. So even at full blast, they're not enough to heat the fucking room. And which they changed, by the way, because they were even shittier before. So it took them 4 years to change them. So they changed them into newer models of shitty heaters, but they still didn't build the walls like they were supposed to. And it takes more than 2 heaters. It takes at least fucking 3. 1 in each room. You know, but there's just one giant room. So my cheap motherfucker, a heater on either end, can't heat the whole fucking room. And one of them fucking broke, like, right after they fucking put it in. And again, with no walls, it just doesn't fucking heat. So you can't heat the place in the winter. And, you know, I'm telling you guys all this in case you're stuck at a shitty place, you know, and you have to endure shit like this. And you're wondering if there are ways that you can get out. Because I'll be chronicling this for you. And even if it blows up in my face, well, you'll see what happened too. So you'll know not to do any of the shit that I did. But no, fuck that. Like, don't. Man, life is too short to live at the fucking whim of some fucking slumlord piece of shit. With fucking shit neighbors too. And oh yeah, I called the landlord too to tell him that the neighbor was fucking stealing hydro from me. And he didn't do anything. And I said it was his responsibility. It's his fucking tenant. You know, and I'm not gonna fucking live here, you know, with fucking thieves in the fucking building. You know, it's just a fucking duplex with a basement. So, you know, everyone knows each other. So that's the thing. This is a year ago with the fucking hydro guy. So a few weeks ago, he asked me if he could plug himself into our hydro because hydro recently shut him off. So I told him that we would consider it if he hadn't already done it last year without asking. And he's like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean last year? And I said, remember last year when you plugged it in? He says, what do you mean? I said, when you ran it under the leaves and behind the briefcase, and then you put the fucking piece of plywood over it, and you passed the cord out your window. You know, that time last year. And he says, oh yeah. He says, I didn't get shut off. He said, I lost power. You know, one of my breakers lost power. And to be honest, I thought the outlet outside was mine. Yeah, I know you fucking didn't. No, you fucking didn't. They shut you down, you fucking motherfucker. And he's been shut down. So I have a piece of dust or hair in my throat or something. Yeah, so they shut him down over a year ago. And then he leached off us for like a month or two or whatever. And who knows how long before the winter. And I called Hydro-Quebec also. They told me to leave it plugged in so that an inspector could come and then he would pass by within 10 days. And then I asked them how they would work out the difference and everything to find out how much the guy had been using all along. And she couldn't answer me, and they never sent the inspector. And I unplugged that shit right away. And yeah, so if that happens to you also, I hate to say it, but you have to take matters into your own hands because the fucking landlord won't do shit. The power company won't do shit either. So we said no to him, and a year later, his power is basically still shut off, and he just plugged himself into the fucking neighbor, the other neighbor next door. He asked her about it, but she's quite a ways away. She's not even in the same building, so you see the fucking... You see the plug going from his house all the way to her house. It's fucking welfare, man. And this guy has a job, too. I used to work with this guy, fuck. I used to work with the other guy, too, fuck. Like, man, I told you, I've done tons of shit. It's bad, fuck. Sometimes it's not good to be open-minded. and sometimes, well, no. Often first impressions are accurate of people. Anyway, I'm going to show you some footage in another video of my surroundings and what we're leaving behind. I'll give you guys a tour and you'll get a fucking better idea. But basically, yeah, goodbye to all this shit. And we're moving a few streets away. New place is ground floor. And it's got tinted windows. Limousine tints on the windows. It's got a fucking surveillance system. And it's got a solarium in the front without tints on the windows. And it's got a backyard, and it's got a jacuzzi in the backyard, and it's got a giant bathroom. Our bathroom sucks, by the way. And yeah, it's got a fucking giant bathroom with a separate shower and a bathtub with feet, like in fucking those old movies and shit. It's got a fucking basement, and it's got a shed, and it has 5 parking spots that are all mine. So we're fucking thrilled to move in. The rent's only $100 more each, but whatever, man. It's totally worth it, and we're both really excited. So, oh yeah, and you see my shirt. This is like one of my fucking least offensive, but at the same time, most controversial shirts that I've ever made. I don't fucking know why. Well, I mean, I know why, but it's funny. Like, I was on a date the other day, actually, and I wasn't wearing this shirt. And so many girls ask me, like, about my business and shit like that. And I never tell them. And occasionally, I've made the mistake of telling them or showing them my stuff, like, prematurely. And it's not even, like, that my stuff is offensive that pisses them off. Like, no matter what it is, like, the first time a girl asked to see my stuff, we were talking on Skype. Because we had a date, like, in a few days. And this is fucking, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe? I would never do this now, by the way. So we had a date in a few days, and her plans to fucking get hammered with her friends got canceled or whatever, and she wanted to fucking Skype. It's okay, fine. And she'd seen my YouTube videos and shit like that too. Because back in the day, like, that's what I would do. especially online. I put a link to my fucking YouTube channel and it'd say this like describes me how better than I could fucking write about myself in a few fucking stupid paragraphs. So see me in my element. If you're down with what I do, cool. And if not, then fucking whatever. So she's seen my channel and shit. And, she wanted to talk on Skype. So we're talking on Skype. And I'm talking about, and I just quit my job then to fucking pursue my fucking business. And she's like, oh, cool. And I'd already made maybe 20 or so different shirts. And she asked me, like, if to see one of them. And I showed her one of them, and she just wasn't impressed. Like, that's it. You could see it on her fucking face, man. She's like, oh. And, like, basically it went downhill from there. And because the shit I made wasn't nice enough for her, like, that was that. And another time I dated a girl, and I told her that my shit was called, that I wanted to start something called Bridge Burners. And she thought it was fucking awesome, and she told me that I should quit my job and that I should do it. And she had a steady job and shit. Like, we had, we had a few dates, and we banged, and then she went on, like, she had to go on vacation or something, and that was it. And by the time she came back, I was fucking someone else, and it was, like, understood. I don't know if we still follow each other on Instagram. Anyway, whatever, but no hard feelings there, but she told me to fucking go through with it, which I really like. And look, it doesn't mean anything, but I'd rather hear that than hear, like, your shit's not nice enough. Because, like, bitch, I'm not making this shit to fucking impress you. So, yeah, this shirt, fuck, man. It's gotten such a fucking backlash. I have another shirt that I wear called Skate Park Rapist, alright? And I made a trick tip for a video. Yeah, link up in the description. And I was wearing my Skate Park Rapist t-shirt, and I'm like sitting on a bench, and it says fucking Skate Park Rapist in the front. And in the back it says, sorry for the win, the weather was being gay. And it's like a screenshot from my YouTube video, and I shared it on Facebook, and I said, watch my new trick tip. And it's fucking a gay lord that I used to be friends with on Facebook that I'm not friends with anymore. And exactly, it's because of this. Like, he's a big fucking leftist. He got all pissed off that I said the weather was being gay. And he's like, what do you mean by gay? And I was like, take your pick. And he says, that's offensive. He says, you know better than that, dude. And I said, better than what? I said, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I can use gay in whatever fucking connotation I fucking mean. Or I fucking feel like it. And I don't need a fucking reason. And I said, if it bothers you, you can just fucking unfollow. So fuck you. And what did he say after that? He said, he says, he said, you can use it in any connotation. So when you say the weather was being gay, do you mean it was being happy or it was being homosexual? And I said it was being homosexual. And by that, I mean it wasn't fucking minding its own business. And it was being fucking loud and fucking annoying when I was trying to do important shit. So that's what I mean by the weather was being gay. I meant it was being a fucking naggy, whiny fucking bitch yelling in my ear when I'm trying to fucking film skateboard tricks. So Josh, if you're watching, that's what the fuck I meant by gay. I meant it was fucking annoying. Fuck you. So, and that's the whole thing too. This guy, he's offended by the gay thing, but not the fact that, not the skate park rapist. The rapist is way worse. It's way worse. I'm like, yeah, that's why I fucking made it, because I thought it was fucking funny. And that's why I make any fucking t-shirt, because I think it's fucking funny. And I don't need any reason. And if it offends you, good. I'm fucking glad. Whether people buy it or not, I'll be wearing it. So, like, that's that. Like, I really don't give a shit about anything else. That's why I started it. It's to make shit for myself. And if I can sell some of it as a result of making shit for myself, then great. And yeah, that's the same thing too. So anyway, before I talk about that, my date recently, like, she was asking me too many questions about my company, and I wouldn't fucking tell her what it was called, because I knew she'd just go to the fucking website and start critiquing my work. And my work is good, by the way. I'm really proud of my brand and, like, what I've done. And even on my website, on my fucking shoestring budget and stuff, I think I've done it pretty good, especially when I compare it to a lot of the brands that I look up to and the guys that encourage me to start off. Like, I've surpassed them, like, in terms of, like, website quality, even though my sales are, like, fucking virtually non-existent, but that doesn't matter. So they're just, anyway, if you show a woman your fucking website, she's just gonna go through it and start fucking criticizing everything, or she's gonna look for something to offend her, and it's all supposed to offend her. But if anyone, like, anytime like a woman has seen like my work and shit like that, it's after like we've gotten to know each other for like a little bit. After I've given her the dick, usually. Otherwise, you don't get to see my shit. But yeah, so that's that. And the other day, I was talking to this girl, and she wanted to know what type of stuff I printed, and I told her about my least offensive yet most controversial shirt, my art is gay shirt, and I couldn't even finish my sentence, and she got all fucking selectively offended. And oh, what if someone somewhere takes it the wrong way? I said, good, I don't give a shit. I said, I hope they fucking send people to my fucking page to give me fucking views. I don't give a shit, you know? And I said, even more than that, I said, I hope it fucking sells. I said, I hope it makes it big. And she says, oh, are you just doing it like to troll? I said, not really. And I said, for what it's worth, I said, I am a fucking artist, right? So fucking poetic justice and, not poetic justice, poetic license. And fucking, yeah, I can do whatever I want. It's creative fucking liberty. And that's the whole fucking irony of it. I can do whatever I want, and I'm the fucking artist. So I'm making fun of myself. But no, she doesn't understand any of that. In her head, I'm just making fun of gay people. And so she says, you're just making fun of gay people. And I said, yeah, that's right. And I said, fuck them. You know, who gives a fuck about them? So she says, yeah, but you know, you're trying to make money off of them being offended. And I said, yeah, that's right. And, you know, if she doesn't like art is gay, then she's not going to like the Happy Merchant, and she's not going to like fucking Tyrone, and she's not going to like Justin Trudeau retard. She's not going to like literally Hitler. She's not going to like, Didn't Do Lives Matter. She's not going to like Donald Trump, keep your shitty weed. She's not going to like Uncle Sam, get a job, you fucking pussy. And she's not going to like the stuff that I'm working on right now. So she's not going to like any of that shit. So that's why I guess sometimes it's good for me to test the waters. But, you know, with my least offensive product. But, you know, I'm just kind of going off on a tangent here. Yeah, art is gay. So stupid. Offended by nothing. Yeah, I tend to offend a lot of people because of that. And, you know, even, okay, I have probably one gay friend, a girl, because she skateboards. Andrea, if you sub to me, cool, what's up? And she didn't give a shit. She didn't care. She thought it was fucking funny. And if she didn't, I wouldn't fucking care. And if she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore, then I don't give a shit. And, yeah, it didn't go great on that date. I'm not going to be seeing the girl again. I doubled down on everything I was accused of, which is good. But the real reason I failed, I think, because I went to wear my least offensive shirt, like on purpose, and I chose one that glowed in the dark. But I'd skated in this shirt so many times. And in the car, when I got to the place, I fucking smelt it on myself. And I thought it was my jacket. So I took my jacket off, but it was my shirt. And yeah, washing cold water to keep the shape of my clothes. Yeah, after like a year and a half, and I'd skated in this shirt a lot, I smelled like shit. And I could smell myself. So there's a good chance that because of BO, like that's the real reason that, you know, the girl fucking texted me after, like before I could even get home, telling me she didn't want to see me again. So, like, whatever, that's that. I blame it on the fucking BO. So I usually fucking shower twice. Well, no, not shower twice, but I usually wash twice in the shower before I fucking go out to fucking meet a girl. I don't want to smell like shit. One girl liked the smell of fucking sweaty balls, but I still wouldn't like not shower my balls. I hate the smell of sweaty balls. Like, fuck you. Yeah, you that was a fucking nut also. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for being here. I hope you guys are all doing well. I have a lot more videos to make. I wanted to make these videos to tell my story, and I didn't even get to tell my story. I didn't even get to start telling my story. And, you know, even like there's beef too in the MGTOW community, and it's like the battle for MGTOW and all this stuff. Like, it's not that I don't want to get involved. I haven't even gotten a chance to fucking tell my story yet. And I've been here for 6 months. So I know that once you go down that fucking rabbit hole of Google Hangouts and arguments on Google Hangouts and monitoring all the people that talk shit about you, it never ends. So I just don't have time for that shit. And look, at first, I found out the hard way. I found out about the self-proclaimed gods of MGTOW on my own. And, you know, they They came up to me in Google Hangouts, and they invited me onto the fucking stream, and they told me to tell my story, and they told me that what I was really doing was vetting myself, which I found strange, because I wasn't there to prove myself to them, and they kept on repeating it, and anytime I would say something that they wouldn't agree with, they'd just talk over me. And it got to the point where anytime I would say something at all or start to say something, they just interrupt me. And it got to the point where I didn't want to fucking say anything because I knew they were going to interrupt me, or they're just going to fucking dismiss it as fucking nonsense, with no argument. And it came to the point where anything fucking rational, and I'd seen it with other guests, I'd watched their stream a few times, and, anytime someone would try to say something rational, they'd talk over them, and they'd yell, and they'd insult them, and, they wouldn't even argue, and they'd just say, oh yeah, everyone knows that, what you're saying is for simps. That's what I thought when I was a simp. Or like, oh, you're just saying that, you just think that because you don't know shit, like, we're the real shit. So, okay, whatever, fine. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy your fucking fame. For what it's worth, I wouldn't have known about you if you hadn't have come up to me and invited me onto your stupid fucking show and made me try to follow all your fucking gay rules. And, nothing more needs to be said than that. And I don't even need to mention any names. I don't really want to. If the shoe fits and I'm describing you, then I probably am. And you can fuck right off. And life is too short to deal with fucks like you. But other than that, any of my subscribers or any random viewers, any anti-feminists, man, I got no problem with anybody. Even women, like any group in particular, I don't give a fuck, man. If you think fucking rationally and you're willing to contribute, then you're fucking welcome on my channel. And, like, I'd probably fucking chill with you in real life. So, like, I have no problems. Just unsubscribe from the guys that you disagree with, unless you really like what they have to say. But that's what I did. And I saw people were making video after video after video, and it was about me. And it was titled, like, about me. Like, blatantly. And these were people that I just met. And it's like, I'll give you an example. Like, oh, new MGTOW bitch boy. Don't subscribe to the guy with the frog emblem. It's like shit like that. So after, like, I don't know, a few dozen videos like that, 6 months later, every time I get a fucking notification saying that you might be interested in this, they're still fucking doing it. So, like, whatever. Yeah, I unsubscribed. So, if you guys are, like, talking about me, which you still are, I know you are, it's not that you scared me away. It's that I just don't give a fuck. And most people don't give a fuck about you guys either. And I'm not saying that just because I don't, but I'm telling you they fucking don't, man. So, that's that. But to all you guys that have subbed to me because you like my content, not the guys that have subbed because you think you got to keep an eye on me or something like that, I'd say fuck you guys, but you're here, So, like, whatever, thanks for the views. And no one ever argues in the comments, so that's cool too. Like, I'm not going to fucking hate on that. But, yeah, man, thanks for stopping by. A few people downvote. I get the fucking downvoter and the fucking... Oh, yeah, and these guys, too, they tell people not to subscribe, and they say they're watching their subscribers' subscriptions list, and they try to intimidate people out of subscribing to other people, which is so fucking gay, man. I know, I've been subject to this. They told me not to subscribe to a bunch of channels that I actually fucking really like. And that's another thing, too, you don't have to agree with everything everybody says. Take the good, discard the bad. I'm not saying everyone has something good to say. And some people just rub you the wrong way. And it's not because they're right. Everyone says that. They're like, oh, I'm rubbing you because I'm telling the truth. No, you're not. You're just a fucking asshole. Like, prove that you're right. Show me some fucking proof. Show me some fucking footage. All right? All right. Anyway, 40 minutes into it now, almost. I'm going to edit it and see where it gets me, but I'll be fucking talking to you guys soon. I'm Fuzzy Dunlop Skates, and you're watching Bridge Burners TV. Shadilay, my friends.